Where Arts and Adventure summits the airwaves. This is the Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. I'm R. Brand along with Troy Callentine, the co-hosts in charge of this event here today that we are going to do. So we are your hosts for the greatest arts and adventure podcast in all the land. Our guests, I guess, are Troy with the Go Foundation. We have Dave with America First and Ryan the artist. I don't know. Do you have a arts name, a business name, an LLC there?
I don't have a name, but
kind of like Ryan the artist.
My handle on Instagram is Snarly Illustration.
SNARRLY.
Yeah.
Snarly Illustration.
Snarly Illustration.
Do we know why you're here?
Well, I'm here because we're promoting the Ogden Marathon, and it's the 25th anniversary. And
I have a thing for that.
We do have a thing.
Yes.
There we go.
Congratulations, everyone.
Yes.
25 years. Kind of a big deal. So, and you are the chosen artist in charge of the promotional material, I believe.
Yes. I worked with Troy and Isabel, and we put together this poster. Do I hold this up?
Yes,
now,
please. Yeah, let's take a look at that. I'm going to hide my notes here because we don't need to see my notes. Yes. Let it focus on that. Push it towards that camera. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it. And so the inspiration behind the art, how much was it led by Troy and Isabel, and how much of it did you come up with yourself and think, okay, I want to see these elements in it?
Yeah. So we sat down together, and Troy and Isabel just said, okay, here we go. They said, we need to see all things. We want to add all of the stuff. So we came up with a list of
no pressure.
What is Ogden? And we had all sorts of places and people and sites and colors. And I remember making that list and just going, okay, let's see if we can fit all this in there. And I think we did.
So I see buses in the downtown where you load and the municipal building, runners, of course. There's an airplane over the top, and then people cheering. What am I missing here?
Well, if you dive into the people in the crowd, you have a lot of different personalities, everything from people doing support at an aid station. We've got police, we've got fire, we've got grandma, we've got kids, we've got posters.
I see the raptor.
I spy with my little eye.
Yeah.
There's some Egyptian hieroglyphics in there. We've, of course, got the Ogden Arch that runners pass as they are nearing completion. And then some of these buildings, you mentioned the buses, that's a runner experience there. Waking up early in the morning and then just seeing these hordes of buses. That
you speak from experience. Have you done the buses
I've
thing?
Been there, yeah.
Yeah, you've been there.
I wake up in my house, and every single time I drive, I'm like, this better not be the day that I get a flat tire or the car doesn't start. And I was thinking the other day, I'm not the hitchhiker type, but if I broke down, guaranteed. I mean, at 4:30 in the morning, that's the only people out there is people.
Best time to hitchhike. 4:30 in the morning.
I would hitchhike myself. I'd pick somebody up that had the runner bag with them, just to make sure they made it to the start line on time. Well,
and behind the scenes, and Troy can tell you, but behind the scenes when we, because I'm at the start line, so I go to the start line behind the scenes meetings, right? And the buses. I'm not there at the load-in meetings. I'm there at the drop-off meetings, and it's the logistics behind the drop-offs. And it's like, do we unload one at a time, or two at a time, or three at a time? How do we get them to turn around? The buses are a personality of the Ogden Marathon. So they made it into the art, which is very cool.
Yeah, and the conversation on the bus is really interesting. Sometimes you'll sit next to the person who is asleep, and I'm like, I don't know how you can sleep. I wish I was sleeping with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired and I could use the extra hour of dozing there. But then you've got the person that's just talking about the race. They're the jitters and stuff. And then you got those that are just like they're just talking about whatever. Mind is off the race, and they're just. So it's kind of fun to observe. Yeah.
So do you go to the full or the half?
So I've done both.
Okay.
I've experienced the short ride and the long ride. So and during the long ride, you just think, surely we're going to get there soon, right? I can't possibly run back.
How far does this bus go?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I would be the guy on the short bus with that look of what did I just do?
Have you ran it at all, Dave?
No.
The half or anything? Okay.
No.
We got to get you out there.
You got to get out there. Yeah.
Yeah, you look fit. You could do
Dave
it.
and I get to accept all the finishers in the
we're at the
finish line.
finish.
Yeah, okay,
Even
fair.
waving
That's
at
a job
Ryan and
too.
everything.
that.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, that's a big deal. But you, as a major sponsor, America First, you can just pick your role. I mean, decide what you want to do.
I still have to, abide by the rules. Troy's very good to
trying to
make sure
sneak
that
you
we get
past
some,
You gotta
get some
keep
front
Dave
row
on a
seats. and-
sort of short leash.
Yeah. Well, very good stuff. Ryan, what's your arts background?
Gosh, when people ask that, I think, where do I start? And really, it's like elementary school when you outlast all the kids in the class. They just drop one by one. Like, hey, I don't like drawing anymore. I don't want to sit by that kid anymore. I just really enjoyed it, and I've always found that it's that way to express that thought that I've got, or just some idea, and I've just kind of taken that all through my upbringing. Haven't really studied, like, I didn't go to college for art, but weirdly, like, I would get the scholarship doing art to pay for my school.
Nice.
So kind of self-taught, but just always found that it's a way to add some color to an idea, some random thought that I've got, or just celebrate my birthday or someone else's birthday, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it feels like you get commissioned a lot for a few things that maybe the wife or somebody's like, hey, I need you to do
Sometimes.
something. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Now, is this full time, or do you have a job outside of the arts, or are you full time artist?
right now I'm doing this full time.
Yeah.
And so people say, what do? I say I'm an illustrator, a graphic designer, and try to consult and do my best in marketing.
Do you have like consistent clients or client base that you work for, or just all different?
I do, and it kind of rotates depending on the season or the need and things like that. Yeah.
Love that. That's so cool. Troy, how'd you find this guy?
Well, it was easy, actually. Kind of full circle, I guess. The Ogden Marathon's very community-centric event, and we embraced that artist call-out process to really try and find local artists who would be interested in engaging with the marathon each year. And so last year we put out our artist call out, and Ryan was one of the applicants. And in reviewing what we wanted for this year's event, being the 25th year, we have a lot of history of cool landscape art and things like that that are associated with the marathon, and some other stuff that includes, maps and some of those geography pieces. But what we felt like we were missing is a true celebration of the community downtown, where everything comes together and ends. And so in reviewing all the artists that we had selected, we have a committee of, I think 6 people or so that do that. Ryan really stood out as somebody who was connected to the marathon in a different way than some of the other artists. Ryan had ran the marathon. He actually is the one who produced the current logo that we have on the hat, and has done a poster or two in the past. So he's got some experience with not just from the artist level, but from that participant experience as well. So we felt like he would be a great selection, great candidate to work with, to kind of really illustrate what it's like to be in the marathon from the start through the race, and then at that finish line. And again, that collaboration of all the folks that are out there making this happen, almost 1,000 volunteers for the day, 8,000 hours or so for the week. It takes a lot of people to put this together. That's for that special moment to cross the finish line. And Ryan, like you said, we gave him a list of, I think, 690, kind of cues to include. It wasn't maybe that long, but it was a long list of things like, hey, there's some like fun, thoughtful ideas that we thought we could squeeze in and that we'd like to see represented. And then Ryan just knocked it out of the park. We're super excited.
That's nice words, Ryan.
That was really nice.
You probably
It's on recording. You can replicate it later.
Well, no, it brought to my memory, we had this list, but it was like, well, whose vantage point are we going to represent in this poster? Is it the volunteer? Is it the audience or the runner? And we kind of were able to figure out a way to represent all of that, hopefully.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think depending on what perspective you're at, right? If you're a runner, you can look at this poster and see this artwork and see the runners crossing the finish line together, for instance, in that space. If you're a volunteer or you're a bus driver, you can see that bus sitting there humming, get the people, you hear the chatter on the bus when you look at this poster. When you're, in the hoopla stations, you see that. Any of our partners that are involved in the race, I think, are somehow kind of represented in some way on that poster, and it really, really turned out great. In addition to the poster, I think it's good to note that but Ryan also developed our 25th anniversary logo. So we did a little rebrand for this year, kind of a standalone logo that was unique and a little bit different than what we put out every year, so that we could put little activations along the course and at the finish line that was indicative of this 25th year anniversary, because it's a big milestone for us to reach. And the participant kind of return rate is huge, and our feedback has been great. We get such good experience. We want to make sure that we're able to celebrate that milestone with more than just another race. We have something to kind of stamp on it that's special.
Yeah. Ryan, did you have to drive downtown, or did you go to physical locations before doing the artwork, or you just go from memory from riding or from running the race?
A lot of it's from running the race, but having presented and thought about this brainstorm posters over the years, like there were some ideas that I developed that had been put on the back burner or just underdeveloped that I was kind of able to revisit, and and then once we put everything together, it just sank to all of us, I think. So it blows my mind, because you literally start with a blank sheet. And it's like, okay, well now where do I start? Do I put the buildings in? Do I put where did you start? That's a good question. The central figure and kind of the focal point of this particular poster are these two runners. And I think, if it wasn't the first thought, it was probably the second thought. It was, my most endearing memory from this course. And it was the second time that I ran the marathon. So this would have been like 2009. Prior to even connecting with the Goal Foundation or anything like that. And my wife and I were training for the race. She kind of waffled back and forth whether or not she wanted to do the whole marathon or the half marathon, and struggled through the training, as many people do, because it's kind of a grind over many, many months. And she's the one that got me into running in the first place. So she was a little bit upset that I was the one to run the first marathon in 2008. So she's like, no, we're doing this. We're doing it together. And so we're running it together, and the plan goes just like we trained until about mile 20, 21.
Oh, I think this is how it goes for a lot of people, by the way. This is not an unusual story. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, somehow she had only trained really for the half distance, and we get to mile 20-ish, and I'm just out of gas. And she's like, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And I was just like, I'll catch up maybe,
Yeah.
And so she goes, and then, in a few minutes, like I'm not able to see her anymore. She's just off in the distance. And I remember literally like stumbling through that next mile or so. There were people that were like, are you okay? Like, I feel just tapped of energy, almost falling asleep, and just thinking, well, I guess this is how I finish this, and fast forward a couple minutes, I see someone running backwards, which from time to time you see that someone finishes really fast and then they come back and they, meet up with a friend that's finishing. I see someone that's coming the other direction, and it's my wife. And I'm like, oh man, she finished, and she's one of those cool people that came back to like rescue me, right? And she gets to me, and I'm like, what was your time? This is our first race, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't finish. I came back to get you so we could finish together.
Oh, I couldn't find you.
I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Super sweet memory. And so we've got a great picture of us hand in hand finishing that race. But man, she's awesome. She's awesome. That memory is so amazing for me. So
yeah. And has she ran more marathons after?
Yeah, not as many as I have. She's been probably the busier of us with the unforgiving schedule of raising kids and having babies and things like that. And I just kind of, attend to my work and my running schedule. So she hasn't been at it as much, but we've run a couple together and a couple different courses as well. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, before we get to these two over here waiting patiently on the couch, Ryan, how does the activity of running, help you with your artistic mind and the creativity side of things?
Oh, wow. So just the idea of getting up before everyone else has, that's when I run. Mm-hmm. I try to wake up early, and oftentimes it's dark and there's no one out. It's like the world's best kept secret. You just get out and you're there with your thoughts, and, you can work out any number of things, whether it's a problem that you're trying to solve or, a spark of creativity, anything like that. And that's my time. And whether I'm by myself or whether I've got someone that I can just ping pong ideas off of, that has just been what I've dedicated a lot of time doing since 2007. And I'm still going. I just feel like I'll keep going until my legs won't carry me anymore.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
It's been a lot of fun.
Well, congrats on getting the arts position this year and creating the logo that's being used, the 25th anniversary one as well, and the poster. So
Yeah,
it's a big deal. Yeah. Troy, 25 years. It's sort of a big deal, and you're in charge. You are officially, you're not officially the race director, though, are you?
I'm not. No, I'm executive director for Goal Foundation,
Yeah.
and we have Alex Docta. He's our director of operations, and he's formerly the race
director, Alex. Yep. Yeah. So Alex isn't with us because he is freaking out right now.
He's too busy booking buses and everything.
Yeah. What is Alex doing like right now? Do we know?
Oh man, week before it's meeting central. We have multiple meetings every single day. Lots of flurry of messages and emails back and forth confirming all the parts and pieces are coming together. Right. We have not just our volunteer groups, but tons and tons of vendors as well that help support the race and partners that help support the race. So making sure everybody's in line and ready to go because, like Ryan said, the buses show up and we better have them there and everything else in line. Yeah, we can't miss it. It starts at 7 a.m. on May 16th. Yeah, one way or another, and so we're prepared for that. And so Alex is he's just making that happen, and he's an operational genius. The guy's very in tune with all the departments inside of our group, the communication plans, marketing plans, and everything else, as well as all the kind of inner workings and logistics of the race itself, including our medical support, police support, volunteer coordination. We've got a volunteer coordinator and marketing coordinator as well as administrator and all those parts and pieces. But Alex is busy. Yeah. As is the rest of the staff. So but we're excited to see the race come together.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And Dave, America First, the title sponsor of the race again this year. And boy, is that a big deal for the Ogden Marathon because America First sponsors some fairly large athletic events in the state of Utah, and what a privilege it is to have your support here in Ogden. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, Brendan, we're headquartered here in Ogden. We have a very strong connection to this place, and it's important that we show that support. The credit union started back with federal employees and serving military members in Salt Lake up at Fort Douglas. And then we moved our headquarters here. We support Hill Air Force Base and, just federal employees in general and, gone through several iterations of our name and who we serve. And we love to serve everybody, but our headquarters are in Ogden. Mm-hmm. And we have a very, very strong commitment. And, growing up here, I know why. It's because it's just a unique place. Mm-hmm. The mountains, Pineview Reservoir, the farmland, the good, hardworking people. Ogden just offers so much for everybody. You go downtown, historic street. There's just so much culture and so much history here. And so it's an honor for us to be able to be a part of that. We do a lot of big sporting events and big teams, but this is one of those things that we're just proud of, that we get to be a part of this. We joined this in 2020, so this will be our 7th year of partnering with the Ogden Marathon. And I was thinking as Ryan was talking about all those elements, my connection to Ogden Canyon. And I remember skiing at 5 years old and Trappers wasn't there, so we had to go up Ogden Canyon.
Oh, yeah.
And just watching the corners. And we had a sailboat and we were up in Pineview, and just that connection of being on the lake and finding peace and solitude and working out your problems. And I remember probably the scariest time was I was in Scouts doing my bicycling merit badge, and my dad goes, "Let's go ride the canyon." And I went, what?
Yeah,
but
that canyon.
you just see the beauty for what it is. And my dad was really gung-ho about getting the walking trail through there and working with city officials to see how do we get that trail through there. And so it's just for me personally, there's a connection, but it's an honor for the credit union to be involved in this, to support local businesses, to support families and couples and individuals, runners, walkers, those people who want to be a part of this, those people who like to get outside and focus on their well-being. Running is good for your physical health, but it's certainly a powerful tool for your mental health.
Yeah,
and getting out and having the support of other people. So it matches what we're about. It matches our philosophy of people helping people. It matches our philosophy of contributing and making a community strong, not only with products and services, but also with supporting organizations and programs that help lift a community. And so we're proud. And being a banner year, 25 year, everybody loves those banner years. In fact, I just saw this Easter egg. I didn't realize
on the poster.
I didn't realize the ribbon is a 25, and I'm
25.
like, I just noticed
that is good. Yeah.
So those little nuggets are just super cool and make it memorable. And so, we're here to support every runner.
Yeah.
The 7,250 runners, we're here for every single one and want them to have the best experience. And we know that the Goal Foundation and everybody involved with the Ogden Marathon is going to just do a top-notch job. And proud to be there to see him in at the finish line.
Yeah, it's about time Troy does a top-notch job. Troy, what's it like having such a great partner for your title sponsor?
Well, it's amazing. Work with several of the team members over at America First, and there's so much that comes together with that collaboration between, of course, just support in general as a presenting sponsor, but also they put together a great hoopla station, and they do a cool photo backdrop at the expo, which is that's a memorable moment for people to come in and be able to put themselves in a space and capture a moment that they're going to remember forever the day before when they got the jitters. And then, of course, on race day as well, like they bring their A game and really do welcome the entire community, and as well as all of our other partners and sponsors and volunteers in play. So it's amazing. It's really great.
Yeah. And this episode, should mention, is more of a celebration of what's to come, because you can't, like, if you hear this and you're like, oh, I'll do it next week. Like, that's not an option, but you can go and hang out at the finish line and support your people.
Yeah, please do. On my team, we've got a great set of staff, right? But Trevor Fuchs, he's our event operations manager, and he's been putting together the Finish Line Festival and the expo for us, and it's going to be dynamite. We've got tons of great kids activities, a kids zone that's free. We have some ramp grant funding that helps provide music and other support there as well. So it's entertainment all day long, 7 o'clock to 2 p.m., 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're just there hanging out and jamming. The expo, which is our packet pickup the day before the race, so May 15th, is going to be at Union Station. Another kind of tie into this 25th anniversary was to bring it downtown there and celebrate at an iconic Ogden location, and that's going to be cool. We've got the plaza out by the fountain that will soon to be working, not by the marathon, but it's going to be rebuilt. Anyway, that whole plaza is going to be set up. We're going to have a DJ there, music, and all kinds of things we haven't normally had at the expo. Again, for the same reasons that we want this to be open and inviting to the entire community. The museums at the Union Station will also be free and open to the public. So even if you're not racing or have any interest in the marathon, come down and check out the museums inside of Union Station. Those are free and available to the public to use. And who knows, maybe you'll buy some gels or something, or some shoes.
Well, yeah, but you have a lot of like booths there that the public can visit and check out, and some of those booths are sponsors, and some are just for that day, right?
That's right. Yeah, we have I don't know the total number. It's like 40-something booths in there.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
So it's a packed space full of all kinds of varieties of different things. We've got some of our other nonprofit partners that are in town that'll be there doing, showcasing some of their talents, as well as other businesses, vendors, and sponsors that are also going to showcase what they have to offer. So.
Man, good stuff. What are some of the special things you're doing for? You mentioned some of the 25th anniversary special things, but anything else that you want to mention on what's different maybe about this year?
What's different about this year? I mean, we're tightening screws left and right to make sure that the participant experience is first and foremost. That's that's just non-negotiable, to make sure that when people show up for the bus, from there on up to the finish line and back, it all works great, including the expo and packet pickup. So I think you'll see some of those things. The new logo, obviously, is going to be emblazoned at a bunch of different locations inside or at the venue. There's some places where that will show up that'll just let the race day kind of show. Bottom of the canyon, there's going to be another little surprise there, which will be really cool as well. So, watch for that. Some of it will just be videography that you'll see post-race. Again, just lots of fun little celebrations. We have a Legacy Club dinner that's on Wednesday night, the 2 days before, and that's a really cool location as well, that we celebrate runners who have ran the full marathon 10 times or more. Yeah. And we've got a large list. It's I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but we've got, I think, 6 folks who, if they run this year, which they're all registered to run, will have run all 25 marathons.
Oh.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, how many? 6?
The 6 that have
I
ran
should be
all
on that
25.
list. I got to check with you.
Yeah, we should check. Let's verify. Show us the bibs. We'll get you on the list.
I've got them.
So that Legacy Club is really a testament to what this race is. It's a community-centric event that people like to come to, and they like to do it more than once. Yeah. And that group's really amazing, and we're excited to celebrate that Legacy dinner. We'll also be celebrating our Hall of Fame nomination, which is Kim and Pete Bouchard. They've been integrated in the community in a large way, in many ways, including as founders of Golf Foundation and integral with the marathon along the way. So we'll be doing a really cool 25th celebration with them, inducting them in the Hall of Fame. And
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Troy.
There's a lot.
Good job.
And those are just things I can tell you, right?
Right. Yeah. Oh, there's secrets. There's little,
secrets.
You got
I will maybe toss out one other thing. It's an artist thing, not to take away from Ryan's art by any means, but we are doing some cool artwork on the tunnel coming westbound underneath 12th Street. So where the tunnel comes out of 12th Street, there's a little panel there, and we've got a new "Get Out and Live" mural that's getting painted up now. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Yeah. The guy who did the art on the other side, there's like a butterfly, I think it is, or bees. Okay. Anyway, had approached us about doing some artwork, and we felt like it was a great year to celebrate that. And so it's kind of integrated with a lot of things what Gold does, the whole Get Out and Live spirit. So there's little hints of hiking and mountain biking and the marathon, of course, and other things in there. So if you're out there by the parkway, go check it out and take a look. And please don't paint on it or vandalize it. If you
bad things happen to you.
Yes, indeed. Bad karma.
Bad karma. 25 years of producing the Ogden Marathon, but the Gold Foundation does other things throughout the year, and you're adding every year. You keep adding more stuff to your workload, Troy.
Slowly but surely, we're trying to make sure we grow smart. Which I think we will, So.
Yeah, we got the nut, and then you did, but this summer there's a new event coming. Do you want to tease it?
I'd love to, yeah. So again, another integration with Ryan Snarr here, logo development for our new run, which is called the Pioneer Day.
You have a logo development department in Ryan over here.
He's on retainer. We got
it's been really
hook,
nice.
Line, and sinker. So it's the Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo Run. So we've partnered with the Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo Foundation to run a quick little run, a 5K race and a 1 mile fun run, family-friendly run right before the parade on July 24th. So it'll start in downtown on Washington, about 20th Street, kind of by Fleet Feet, and run south out and back. It's gonna be super cool, way fun, very affordable race. We're not trying to retire off this race or anything. So entries are very affordable. It's out and available for registration, and check it out. It's gonna be way fun. You get to run in front of the entire parade crowd. Yeah, and it's
that's cool. And then if you're not fast enough, they lasso you.
That's right.
Get you off the parade.
That's our sweep crew. Is a lasso, a little whip there with a couple of cattle prods. They're not charged.
Yeah, but you do get a run before the horses do their thing on the road. So this is smart. Yes,
this is great. Yeah, and it's been a really cool partnership because the rodeo, man, what an amazing event. It's a nationally recognized rodeo. People come from all over for it. It's been in place 80-something years. I don't remember exactly.
A long time. And our family loves it so much that we schedule vacations around, because we have to hit at least one day of the rodeo every year. Yeah,
for sure. So we feel really blessed to be able to partner with them and maybe bring a slightly different audience to the rodeo and a slightly different audience to the running spectrum as well. It's just a great place to run. We like the idea of coming down Washington in front of all those folks and being able to.
Is it themed? Like, is this like dress?
Yeah, it's rodeo themed, man.
Rodeo
you come
theme.
in your rodeo boots, your
about.
Wranglers, your hat, your whatever you want to do.
You're starting to sell me on this one.
Yeah, you should run it. You should run it, Brad.
I could make it 5. Yes, I know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, wait, so I could totally see someone running this in boots. And
little hobby horse.
I'm sure someone will.
The hobby horse, yes. Oh, that's an even better idea. Oh my gosh, because 5K, it's what 3-1. Is that right? Yeah, you can do a hobby horse for that long.
Yeah, I think so. You can do it for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm experienced on the hobby horses.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I used to compete.
Yeah. So that's our newest event to the calendar. I'm going to shift gears here. That's our newest formal event to the calendar. But we have our mountain bike camps running, and hiking camps going, as well as rock climbing. And then we do all our community events in the summer as well. So we've got free yoga in the park with the farmers market downtown, and we do some community hikes. So watch for those to come out on our calendar. And we're busy this summer. It's great.
So website's the best place to find all the things, or do you Instagram?
Getoutlive.org will take you to anything and everything. And then same hashtag Get Out and Live is the find us on the socials.
Yeah.
We've got a newsletter that goes out as well. It gets you all the details on a quarterly basis as well. So if you want something more fresh and recent, just check the website or our social media.
Yeah. Well, America First, Get Out and Live kind of combo here, which is fantastic. So what else you guys sponsoring this summer? Anything locally here in Ogden that you want to talk about, or is there something else outside?
We've always got stuff that's going on, and a lot of things happen through our corporate partnerships. Mm-hmm. We look for those opportunities where we can benefit a large group of people. And we're always looking for those opportunities that just make sense to us. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, our charitable foundation is a very, very big pillar. That's something that's very important and dear to us that we started just because we felt like we need to give back. I mentioned, we try and provide the best in products and services, but also we try and lift the communities where we do business.
Yeah.
And so the charitable foundation has several different pillars, but we tend to focus on those needs that don't really discriminate, that it could hit at any time to anybody, to those people who maybe are just economically disadvantaged, or you're born into a situation that you didn't anticipate and you just have to survive. So we tend to focus on things like food, clothing, shelter, safety, and education, all those basics that we all need. Mm-hmm. And we feel like that if we can support or create or better programs that are out there, we're going to partner with those kinds of things. So right now we're going through our 4th annual diaper drive, where we're collecting diapers. It's interesting that government programs like WIC and SNAP cover food assistance, but they don't cover things like diapers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And you don't really think about, what goes in goes out.
Right, it's true.
But for babies, if I'm an infant, I could go through 10 diapers a day.
Yeah. Yep.
And to sit in a dirty diaper all day, maybe 2 days, is not healthy. And so that creates an unhealthy environment for the children. If a mother needs to drop off their kids to daycare without diapers, oftentimes they won't accept them. And so there's this gap. So we started this is our 4th year doing it, but just between our management group, our very first year, we collected over 14,000 diapers that we were able to donate to the diaper
fantastic.
Bank. And so over, this period now, it's, we're in the tens and hundreds of thousands of diapers that we're able to help collect. And we could not do that without the assistance of good partners, community members, our employees, and just, your listeners. And we really appreciate those things that just bring people together. Getting out and live. I love that because that brings people together. Let's go experience. Let's bond. Let's be together. Let's be unified. And so these types of charitable actions that we do unify us and bring people and bring organizations together.
Yeah.
When school gets going, we do scholarships. We'll do backpack drives. I love our Warm the Souls. We donated over 4,000 pairs of shoes, new pairs of shoes to at-risk kids and schools that just don't have sufficient funds, and having partners that help support that is just awesome. So, we love Ogden. We get involved in some of the shelters and serving food. I love going, Catholic Community Services, they'll pull up their big truck and we go and volunteer with them. And 600 kids come through with bags, and they get these weekend meal kits that they wouldn't otherwise go hungry over the weekend if they didn't have these. And so whether it's food or clothes shopping or, supporting all those kinds of things, education in the schools, we do a lot of financial education in the elementary and the junior high schools to just help those kids get a better lift in their life, where maybe there's a gap and there's a hole. We're gonna lift. And so we love those kinds of things. There's so many things that we do, and I don't want to mention all those, but we just love to be involved. We love to make a difference.
Yeah, love that. In fact, I produce a podcast. It just hit 100 episodes. It is a financial podcast, Through the Pines. And that is something I do with a good friend of mine, Rex Baxter, planwithbaxter.com. And he talks about that often, is the kids need more financial support. And so that's a good initiative there to get into the schools and do the thing. So it's not, they don't get their first job and it's like, what is FICA? Like, what am I? Yeah, where's all my money going?
Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they just don't understand what we understood growing up because we always had cash.
Yeah.
Now money is really just digital. It's just information. I push a button, it's gone. I push a button, it got there. I push a button, it's gone. It's like, did you really know how you got that? Did you connect your efforts and your work to your allowance? As a parent, sometimes we just go, well, here you go.
Yep.
But connecting that effort to the reward is important, and learning how to budget, learning how to save, learning how to invest in yourself. Those are all important skills, especially right now where house prices are so out of whack, and life is just expensive. And so having that discipline to learn how to save and earn and work hard and maybe be patient without spending your money is super important for the younger generation. And so we love being able to just, support that education initiative.
Yeah, that's fantastic. For those listening to this podcast episode to hear tips on Marathon Day, Troy, what do you got for them?
OgdenMarathon.com. Go to the FAQ section, man.
Yeah.
No, but really, come to if you're running the race, you have to come to Pack a Pickup to get your bib, and get your swag bag and everything else.
Yeah.
Come there. We've got we've got an information booth as well that'll help answer questions. Make sure you study the bus loading zones so you know where you're going and what time as well. If you miss the bus, don't know what to tell you. You got to be on the bus. Yeah. And so those are probably the key things. Watch our week report. So we'll send out an email next week as well if you already registered, which you should. If we're sold out, so you can't register now. But you'll get updates, which will include weather updates and things like that as well. Especially if you're running the full, it can be really cold up there in the morning, even if it's going to be a sunny, clear day. So come prepared for that. Any clothes dropped along the course or collected and donated, we don't return those. So keep that in mind. Don't bring your really expensive Patagonia jacket if you want it back. Start ditching it on the course, because that's not something we're going to provide, is that access to that jacket later. That's way too many clothes. So so those are the key things, right? And hopefully you've been training and you're ready to rock, and come up to the bus and make sure you're on the right one and just run strong.
I'll tell you a little story, but first, it is cold at that start line. For those who haven't done that before, for whatever, it's like, it's colder than you think, and there's heat barrels up there, which is good. But if it does rain, you can bring I see people who go to thrift stores and buy robes and things, and so just to take up there to stay warm, because they don't care if they lose them, which is a good idea. Yeah. But I will say, this is a personal story, and I've told it before on a couple of podcasts. But my first marathon was the Salt Lake City Marathon, and I thought I'd been training so hard, and I went to buy some goo the night before the marathon at the local store. At the time, the running store was in South Ogden, so at the South Ogden running store, and I go in there and I buy some goo, and it happened to be the owner was working, and he's like, "Oh, you running Salt Lake tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, I'm running Salt Lake tomorrow." He's like, "Oh, how's training go?" I said, "It was good. I did 10 miles for my long run." And he's like, "Good luck." And I'm like, I didn't know. I missed the memo that you should probably run longer than 10 miles for your long run. And, oh, by the way, multiple of those. And so I'm I made it to mile 20, but it was crazy because I had run a couple of halves. And then I thought, well, I just need to run a 10 to train for the marathon. I'll be good. And then I got to, so everything after 13:1 was a record, right? Like, I'm like, yeah. 14 miles is a new record, 15 new record, 17, 18, get like, ooh, I'm not feeling too good. And then by the time mile 20 came along, it was not good. Yeah. I was hurting. And so I know we only have like a week and a half left, but if you haven't got a long run, this is where you're supposed to be coming down too. You might have missed it. Yeah.
You should be recovering from that long run.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I can't, sorry folks, too late now to help you. But if that is the case, don't go like a bat out of hell in the beginning. Take it nice and easy and pace yourself, because you don't want to fall apart at the end. Any tips for that?
Oh, I don't have any tips for the second half, because I fall apart every year. No. My second half does not look like my first half, but I will say, if you're running the full, you literally can run through like 3 different climate zones, and it does get cold in the morning. Wear stuff to stay warm. And one thing that I wish I would have known for my first, which we had great weather, it was sunny. You are running west for quite a while. And so the back of your legs, your neck, all that kind of stuff, if you don't have sunblock on those, you'll you'll be sore for different reasons also.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
a lot of things that you could do to just keep from chafing, from sunburning, from all that kind of stuff. Hopefully your training runs have taught you a lot of the tricks. And the last thing you need to know is how to prepare, for the start line. Hopefully you know everything else. But
What do you mean by that? Prepare for the start line.
well, the start line is just cold,
Oh,
right? And you have to know, the Ogden Marathon's great because they provide you a great bag where you can fit, a number of things. So knowing how much you can fit in there. Usually I bring a blanket. And then I just put that in there with a couple of other miscellaneous things like my headphones case or whatever, put it all in there. And then I know I'm going to meet it at the very end because I put it in the clothing drop. But yeah, just kind of knowing, if we are going to have a little bit of weather to deal with, how do you prefer to do that? If you need to bring an umbrella or a plastic bag or whatever. As comfortable as you can be, it'll only help. So
Yep. Good advice. Anything else, Troy, you want to leave us with here?
Yeah, I think the art's exciting, right? We do this every year, and we have opened our artist call out submission application process. So if you're an artist out there looking to potentially produce some art for us in the future, we'd love to see your portfolio and have a quick submission. So you can find that in our social media handle as well as the website. And we'll have a little committee reviewing that here in the next little while, and we'll get going. We're already planning for 2027. So we'd love to see those artists, look at our past portfolio stuff that we've done and maybe inspired by the area, the race itself, whatever kind of inspires you to potentially participate in the Ogden Marathon art process. We'd love to hear about it and see that application come in. So check it out and send us your deets.
Love it. Dave, thanks so much for your support.
Yeah,
And,
I think the thing that I would probably prepare is a last will and testament.
yeah, for sure.
Just
Yeah,
in case.
Yep.
But also for all the runners, just prepare to have the America First squad cheering you on as you're hitting that last leg. We're going to be there cheering every runner on.
Yeah.
And when you hear that, you can do it.
Yeah.
Even if you're crawling across that line, it just gives that extra boost. So kudos and shout out to every runner who's doing this, whether it's their first time or their 25th time. We're just excited to be a part of this.
25. That's so good. Yep. Thanks for the pregame, by the way. That was fantastic. I have pictures, so you can look at the pictures maybe on the blog on this one. But if you don't go there, you won't see what happened with the pregame. That's just between us.
It got us going. It was good.
Got us going.
Are we going to say what it is, or just leave it as a
No, because I don't remember the name. It was.
I remember, but
Tell me.
the Tim Tam
it's the
Slam,
Tim Tam
right?
Slam. Yeah.
The Tim Tam Slam.
Tim Tam Slam. Tim Tam. If you don't know what that is, sorry. I don't know
too
what to
bad.
tell you. I don't know what to
You
tell
missed
you.
out.
We got a treat here.
Life-changing.
Yes, life-changing. Thank you to Banyan One. That is the studio right here for Power J's episode of the Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. You can listen and subscribe to Ogden Arts Adventure on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, thebanyancollective.com. That's where we'll post those special pictures. And the Podbean app for Android and iPhones. If you found value in this podcast, which I know you did, consider supporting us at buymeacoffee.com. That's where you give us all of your money in your bank account at America First. You just transfer it. The America First makes it really easy because we also bank with America First, so they just transfer it over to our account number. And if you want to be on the show, feel free to slip into my DMs at Ogden Adventure, and we'll see you on the next episode. Cheers.